we always will say things like, imagine going on a trip and you've got one person who's got the steering wheel, but one person who has the navigation. And just because you're behind the wheel, if you don't have the navigator there, you're never going to get to the point that you want to be at.
Right.
And so there's that kind of symbiotic relationship to make sure that the story goes where it needs to be. Recently, in our most recent issues, it's been more so where I've been the one behind the steering wheel and she's been more of the navigator, more than co-writing in a sense. But that's also just the way that organically things have happened. It's not like, there's any kind of like mandate that it has to be that way. It's just been, obviously with Heirs of Isildur, that's a storyline that I had been working on since before Steph and I met. And when we got to the end of the Perilous Prospects arc, I needed to be able to wrap the thing up. And so, she's been really good about, hey, what's in your mind, where you're trying to go. And she tries to help make sure that the story is not going to be going off the rails in a sense. So we're always doing read throughs, like whether it be the script or, once it's lettered, because for us, even if we have it in a script, we may think that the dialogue is right. But then when it gets to the art and we see the amount of dialogue we have or the lack thereof, the dialogue is always going to change based on the arts. We'll do other read throughs as it's going along, just to make sure that everything is the way that it needs to be. So there's definitely a dual process to make sure that everything is as it needs to be, so that when we get to the end of the issue, we both can feel like, yep, this is the product that we want to have out there in the market.